There's several things about this heater that I think make it better, especially better for the type of aquarium I have. Keep in mind, this is a 210 gallon, but this has went from 76 degrees when I turned it on to 79.3 in like 15 minutes. I can't believe how quickly it's heating that volume of water even after I took my other heaters out. Hey, it's Brock here with Uncommon Aquatics, and today I'm going to be upgrading to a much nicer heater that's got a lot of awesome features, and we're going to be putting that on my 210 gallon. Now I've got 15 aquariums in here, all of them are loaded with fish, and I've only had problems with any kind of illness or infections in one aquarium out of all 15. And it's always been this one for the last few weeks. And I just realized today that I think the problem could have been that my temperature in my aquarium is not maintaining where it needs to be. So I've got two 300 watt heaters in this aquarium, which is what was recommended to me at the local fish store. And I just set those and assumed that my temperature was good. And I have a stick-on thermometer on the side, but I have to go all the way around behind the aquarium to see it. And I just checked, and it's only at 74 degrees. So I checked both heaters, and only one of them was lit up, and I can't get the other one to light up. So I'm worried that I may have lost fish because I could not see my temperature anywhere that was easily visible, that I wouldn't have known there was a problem with the temperature on my aquarium without specifically going to look at the temperature. I just assumed I was good. This temp on this tank is currently 73 degrees when it should be 78 to 80. But besides my own personal problem, I want to talk about the heater that I'm upgrading to. I already had this heater. I'd already ordered it before I knew I had this problem, with the plan being to put this nicer heater on the 210 gallon and move the heaters that are on that tank into the 110. And there's several things about this heater that I think make it better, especially better for the type of aquarium I have. This is made by AQQA. Some people call it Aqua, but they call their company AQQA. And this is an intelligent quartz glass aquarium heater. It is 1200 watts. Now, my local fish store told me I needed 600 watts for this tank as a minimum. I was already thinking about upgrading and adding a third heater before I found these. I saw these being used in some other videos and was really impressed by the features on them and wanted to try them because of the videos I saw about them. So let me show you why I like them so much. So one thing is, you've got basically two 600 watt heaters inside of a heavy duty case that protects it. Now, one problem with heaters inside the tank, ideally a heater would be in like a sump or a canister, so it's separate from your fish. But a heater inside your aquarium can get bumped by fish. Actually, fish can burn themselves on it. I've seen plecos try to suck on a heater that was so hot that it burned them. It's also dangerous to have the heater broken and have glass inside your aquarium or electrical short. So having a solid case around the heater is a big deal. But that's not really the number one thing I like about it. The number one thing I like about it is this independent control station that goes outside of the aquarium. With this, I can see a digital readout at all times of what my aquarium temperature is, and that's peace of mind for me. It also has safety shutoffs that if the water level drops, this thing can tell that it's not submerged. So if I'm doing a water change, and my heater's like this, I'm doing a water change, I drop my water level down to here, it will be able to tell that it's not fully submerged, and it will shut off until the water level comes back up. That's a good safety feature. The other thing is it has a separate temperature monitor outside of the heating element, and if this exceeds the set temperature, it will shut itself off. So this should protect you more from cooking your fish than a standard heater will. So that's several levels of protection that could keep me from losing fish. So let's get this thing put in and check it out. There's nothing complicated about putting a aquarium heater in the aquarium. It's got suction cups on the back of it. I stuck it up against the wall. You can kind of barely see it there behind the bubbles next to the return from my FX6. And I stuck it in there, turned it on, and there's nothing, you don't even have to like get the manual out. Same thing with the other AQQA products that I've got. I've got a set of lights on this stand, on this 125 that are AQQA. Been very happy with them, and it's electronically controlled and it has settings, but you don't need the manual to figure it out. It's that simple. So there's a button here that says set. You've got your current temperature here and the temperature you're heating to. If you're currently heating towards that temperature, then you'll have these red lights on. Once you reach that temperature, you'll have green lights. So let me zoom in on it so you can see. So we're currently set at 80 degrees. If I want to turn that up, if I want to run it at 82, just right there. Now there's no up and down, you just run past until you get what you want. So I want to run this at 79. And it's currently at 78, so after it recognizes that it's set, it's going to flash red until it gets to 79. When I turned this on, it was at 76 degrees, and it has jumped to 79.3 in about 15 minutes. Super fast. I can't believe how fast it's heating that water. Now, I started this video making a big point about I was worried that I was harming my fish by not having the aquarium maintain a proper temperature. But what is actually happening is this building is only heated to 68 degrees. And that's where I keep the building temperature set. And the outside of this thick glass is where I have my temperature gauge, and that was telling me that it was 74 in here. That's because it's reading the temperature of the glass, which is a cross between the temperature of the room and the temperature of the water. So the bottom line is, I have not known what temperature my water is. And that's a big deal, depending on what you're keeping. I've got discus in this tank over here. If I wanted to keep discus in here, and I was trying to use that stick-on temperature reading to tell what my water temperature was, I would have this tank at 90 degrees to think it was 84. So it's really valuable to me that at all times from now on, I've got 15 aquariums in here. At every moment, I'll know exactly what the temperature of this aquarium is because it's right there in plain sight, and I'm a big fan of that. So I've been happy with the AQQA products. I think this is a nice heater. I like the lights. It is what it is. It's good equipment. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.